know, it's just what's the point? They're all the same. Some stupid killer stalking some...
Not your skill at bargaining.
No deal.
Jesus Christ, what happened to you?
Welcome back, everyone, to I'll Be Right Back. Horror with Nadia presents Horror Tuesdays. This is my new segment I do every day on all things horror. So thank you for joining me today. Before we get into everything, please go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Not only do I do this every week, I also do movie breakdowns and reviews. Right now, my latest review on A Quiet Place Day 1 is on the channel, so please go check that out. And if you would like to support the channel, because I am not monetized right now, please go ahead. There is a link in the description to buy me a cup of coffee, so go ahead if you feel inclined. Otherwise, let's get into the news. So the first thing I really want to talk about is actually A Quiet Place Day 1. There was an interesting thing that came up. So I saw it last week. I thought it was very good. It's not a scary movie. To me, it's not scary. It's not a horror movie. It might be, but it's not scary. I think the marketing is a little bit misleading. However, it's a really compassionate human story. It tells a tale of like life and death, the acceptance of it, what it really means to live for things. And I really like that aspect of it. It's a great movie, and Lupita carries it with her chemistry with Joseph Quinn. Recommend it, but if you're expecting a scary movie, in my opinion, it's not that scary. But again, very, very good movie, compassionate on it. But the weird thing is, again, it came out last week, and it's already being released to digital on July 30th. So about a month and a week. Not even a month and a few days. That's crazy to me. I remember growing up where when movies would hit theaters, especially since this did really well at the box office, movies would hit theaters and then you would have to wait 6 months to a year for it to be able to be straight to Blu-ray, DVD, whatever at the time, VHS. And now I understand streaming services has changed the game in this, but I think this is really sudden. I like going to the movies. I like the whole journey of going to the movies. And by that, I mean, I like to go, get my little popcorn, get my little soda, sit down and immerse myself, turn my phone off, and not have any distractions unless, there's people talking, and watch the movie. Good or bad, it's just, I like the idea of going to the movies. And I get it, streaming has changed the game, and streaming movies at home are fun too. I do enjoy watching certain movies at home. Like I waited to watch Oppenheimer at home because I know I needed to pause it and walk away. But this is too sudden. I think this is crazy. I think this is a part of the reason why theaters are not doing so well, because it's so quick to digital. Like, let this movie breathe. Let it play out in the theaters. But maybe it's just me. What do you think? Comment below. Do you think this is too fast? I know there's been a couple other movies that have hit theaters way too fast, streaming way too fast as well. Also, again, I'll put my link to my review in the description. Go ahead and check it out. Now, one of the other things I wanted to talk about, which I really like, Cuckoo, which is another movie that will be coming out in August, which is another one I'm very excited for. And let me pull up the article that had these really cool new promotional posters. I am in love with these things. I think they're fantastic. Now, if you don't know the premise of it, it's right here. 17-year-old Gretchen leaves her American home to live with her father, who's moved to a resort in German Alps with his new family. Arriving at their future residence, they are greeted by, and I'm going to, Mr. Kong-ing, her father's boss, who takes an inexplicable interest. We all know. If you've been watching the channel, you know English is not my first language. In Gretchen's mute half-sister Elma, something doesn't seem right in this tranquil vacation paradise. And Gretchen is plagued by strange noises and bloody visions, which is really cool. What really got me in the trailer for it, there's a part in the trailer where she's riding a bike and at night, and all you see is just somebody kind of chasing right after her. And you just see the shadow of them for a second, and it creeped me out. So this is going to be released August 9th into theaters. It's by Neon, which to me, has a lot of pretty good hits with movies. It's similar to A24, hit or miss, but these are great. There's 4 new ones. So there's this one, which I think I'm going to assume this might be her sister, Dan Stevenson. I'll watch anything with this man in it. He's so good. This one and this one. My favorite one out of all of them is this, because I really like that hospital green. I'm a weirdo. I don't know why. I just like that color. It speaks to me. Maybe I belong in a mental hospital. I don't know, but I really, really like it. I think it's great. And these posters just really, they vibe. I like it. I know we read the premise of it, but the trailer also doesn't really give much of what this movie is about, which I'm okay with. But this looks great. I don't know. Are you excited for it too? Am I the only one? I feel everybody's talking about long legs, but nobody's talking about this. I think everybody should be talking about this. Comment below. Do you like these? Which one are your favorite? 1, 2, 3, or 4? Comment below. Let me know. All right. Now, the next topic I want to talk about is Speak No Evil's remake. Speak No Evil was I believe a let me look it up. I think it's a 2022 film. Yes, 2022 film. It's a foreign film. It's really good. It's very bleak. It's not a happy ending. I don't want to spoil it for anyone. It was a very uncomfortable watch, and somehow now they are remaking it for Western audience, American audience. I don't know why. I think the first one is perfect. And I'm really worried it will just be them not. So the first one allows the audience to be very intelligent while watching this. It doesn't give away things. Again, to me, it makes you very uncomfortable. I'm worried with this remake that they're just going to tell what's going on too fast and they're going to give it away way too fast early on. And it happens with a lot of remakes because they think the audience is dumb. I hope not. But again, I don't know why they need this remake. Other than, and this is the reason why I'm bringing this up, James McAvoy, man. Has anybody seen him lately for this movie? Holy cow. Let's see. Where did I put it? There it is. This man is like beefed out of his mind. Holy cow. And I guess it would fit the part maybe of the character he's playing. But to me, what I liked about the original is everyone at first comes off very normal, and it just builds the being uncomfortable throughout the film. He, to me, right off the bat, looks like a jerk. Like, I wouldn't trust this guy whatsoever. I don't know. I'll probably check it out because I like the original. I just don't think it's needed. I just really don't think. I think Western audiences would love the original. If you've seen it, I think you know what I'm talking about. And I get it. It's not in English. Read subtitles. It's okay. We all read subtitles anyway, even with English-speaking movies. Sound mixes aren't great lately, so everybody has to have it. I would love to have subtitles sometimes in the theaters because I understand trying to be a little bit more natural with the movie, but sometimes the sound mix doesn't come through and you can't understand somebody when they're mumbling. Just not my thing. I was going to read the premise of that movie. I don't want to. If you want to check it out, I recommend it. Again, it is very bleak. It is not a happy ending. I would put it almost up there with When Evil Lurks, but it's a very surprise twist. I guess I could give it a little bit. So it's basically about a couple who meets another couple on vacation. They bond at the resort they are. The one couple they met invites them back to their house for like a little mini vacation, and just things unwind from that point. The twist I did not see coming. If you did, then I'm surprised. But again, it's really great. But watch something happy right afterwards. It's not it's not a happy ending, folks. I don't know what to tell you. It's not a happy ending. All right. So next thing I want to talk about is because Bloody Discussing released an article of the 10 best horror movies released in the first half of 2024. I want to go through this list and I'll give my opinion, I guess, because that's what everybody's here for. And maybe you don't know if this movie's been released already. So let's dive into it. Okay. So, Abigail. I hear really good things of it. I haven't seen it. I regret not seeing it in theaters. I just didn't have time. I know it's digital. Your girl's broke. She's waiting for it to be free streaming of one of the massive amount of streaming services I am subscribed to. But lucky enough, I have not heard spoilers yet of it. By the way, keep your spoilers off YouTube and stuff. You want to do spoilers, put spoiler warnings ahead of time. I'm sick of this. I'm tired of thumbnails giving it away too. I know it's a really crowd pleaser. A lot of people I follow really enjoyed it, thought it was fun. A really interesting concept for a vampire film. So I would recommend it, but I haven't seen it. But from the buzz of it, I think I'll like it. What You Wish For is another one. It's a dark, funny pressure cooker scenery for a chef in over his head. I have not heard about this. I don't even know where it is streaming. It's a culinary thriller with a distinct horror bent, the reveal of which can be likely summarized, but I won't spoil it here. Well, thank you. Don't spoil it. But yeah, I'm not a big culinary horror guy. I know the what was it, The Menu or something that came out with Anna something. It was okay, but I don't know. I hope they're just not, because of how successful that film was, they're like, hey, we just need another one in the same vein. But I don't know. It says it's a pitch black humor and which is Hitchcockian approach. Okay. Maybe. This might be a maybe for me. The Devil's Bath. This is up my alley. One of my friends just seen it and she recommended to me, said it was very good. It's a grueling depiction of a life in the 18th century Austria, immersed in the way that it creates profound empathy for tender-hearted women trapped in isolation. I'm totally game for this. I already saw the trailer for it and I was already game for it. I just haven't had time to watch it. I'm taking a few days off, so I think I will check this out. Also, it's shot in 35, which I think is great. Man, I think, okay, all right. We're so far so good on this list. Again, I haven't seen it, but I think I'm going to like it. Quiet Place Day 1. No, you know my thoughts on this. Really great human connection, compassion story. Not very scary, but I like it. I would recommend it. Again, the chemistry between the characters are very good. Don't know how that cat was so quiet and chilled, being submersed in water and multiple things. But yeah, check it out. I think it's really cool. Go to the theaters to check it out too. Have fun with it. Infested is a nope for me. I don't watch anything to do with spiders. This right here is creeping me out even looking at it. Don't do it. It is, man, it's not that Infested employs real spiders for many of the skin crawling moments that make it so effective, though certainly it is a factor, or the way the spider's venom inflicts pain and grotesque to my nope. This will be a no for me because, again, I don't do spiders. But if you've seen it, let me know if you like it. I'm going to move past this. I can't do this. Stop motion is another one that's on my list to check out. To me, the trailers and the posters and the promos for it make it look really creepy looking. I think from somebody said that it was really uncomfortable to watch, and it's a story about like family trauma. I don't know. The doll, the main doll of it with the skin-like texture and it's like glossy and stuff. Maybe we'll see. The Coffee Table. By the way, I'm reading this list for the first time with you guys, so I did not know what is on this list. But The Coffee Table was recommended to me a while back by my friend Polly. He saw it. He said the trailer and the description of it does not give it justice of what it is. It's supposed to be pretty dark. Grimshocker one, so dark it should likely come with a trigger warning, if that tells you anything. And it's a horror movie about a coffee table, but it's so much more, I guess. I don't know. I think I am going to check it out because I did tell him I would. And I like creepy, weird movies like this, but I have to be in the right set of mind. I don't know. Comment below, do you have to be in the right set of mind for these type of movies? Like, it's okay. Like Abigail, I could probably throw on, have a good time, and it's not that scary. Quiet Place and stuff. But things like this where it's very dark, twisted, really gets into your psyche, I have to be like in a right state of mind. Otherwise, I'll be up for days and just thinking about it and being freaked out about it. I love horror so much. I still have nightmares over stuff. Stuff still affects me, even though I worked in the industry, I've seen things backstage, know how things work. I think that's why gore doesn't bother me, like Evil Dead and stuff, but I think it's why supernatural, or when it's something that could be realistic, something that could really happen, freaks me out all the time. I Saw the TV Glow is another one I do want to check out. However, my husband said it is exactly like the Persona 4 description for that video game. He said if you put them side by side, it's pretty accurate to the same description. It looks really fun. It's a big buzz going on. It's A24. A24 again, hit or miss for me, but I think I would enjoy it. It's got a 90s nostalgia vibe. Totally cool with it. Exhuma, I think this was also on a list we covered a couple episodes back too. This is really good. It's bloody. It's folklore. It's not in English. You got to watch subtitles, but it's really, really good. I recommend it. I don't want to give too much away, but if you like foreign films, you have a stomach for it. It has like possession. It has ghost. It's really good. It's very good. And I was very surprised by the ending of it. Recommend it. And The First Omen, another recommend for me too. I saw it back to back with Possession. Possession, I'm still thinking about the movie with a very young Sam Neill in it. But First Omen really surprised me how well it was done. I did not expect it. I think it surprised a lot of people on it because it's just another IP that they're rehashing another story to, but it was done really well and visually very beautiful to me. The First Omen just visually just captured me. So I would recommend it. And if you want to, I do recommend doing a double feature, Possession and First Omen. And then I recommend watching something as a palate cleanse. So those so far for Bloody Disgusting are the 10 best horror movies for 2024. The later half, we have Longlegs, Cuckoo, we have Nosferatu, and a couple indie stuff coming in between. Very excited for it. All right. Oh, and Maxine, which I will be seeing next week. Now, I am not opposed to talking about anything horror outside that is video games, books, which I'm hoping to talk about soon, comics, anything horror. I used to play this game as a kid. I don't know if anybody else, but I guess House of the Dead is getting a remake, my friends. I know we're all super excited about this. So let me go ahead and share this. So, listing for House of the Dead. Oh, not a remake. Sorry. Apologies. Not a remake. A sequel. House of the Dead 2 remake. Oh, it's a remake. House of the Dead 2 remake appears on the ESRB website. Why? I don't know. But the games are great. The games are great. They're fun. They're fun arcade games. The movie was not that great. It's fun. I can admit it's bad, but it's fun, right? This, I don't know why they would need another one, but here we go. After Forever Entertainment and Microids released their remake of Sega's classic House of the Dead back in 2022, recommend playing that. Fans obviously been waiting for the sequel, which was also announced as getting a remake treatment. Things have obviously been quiet since the first game released, but now it appears ESRB has given an indication of the House of the Dead 2 remake on its way. I wonder if it's going to play the same. Like, I love this game. I love this franchise. Again, it's so fun. The movie's not that great, but getting a remake, upping the graphics, it might be fun. It might be fun, depending on how they approach it. This rail shooter-like gun game in which players assume the role of an agent in search of a missing colleague in Venice, Italy. From a first-person perspective, navigate through the city while using pistols to shoot. Why not? Why not? Why not get a remake on this one, right? Update the graphics. Does that look scary to you? Does that? I think the graphics for these games are great in an arcade sense, like if you're going to go to an arcade and play it. But for a home sense, I would love to see an upgrade to it. Maybe a little bit more into the story. Are you a House of the Dead fan as I am? Do you play the games? Do you like that crappy movie that came out? It's a fun movie. It's a fun movie, but it is a bad movie. Come on, we can all admit that. So, all right, House of the Dead. Next, I want to talk about something which I found interesting, which is called Nightmare Soup. If anybody my age is into horror, you've probably read Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark and Goosebumps, right? So let me pull this up. I'm very intrigued by this. Nightmare Soup, Bloody FM launches horror anthology podcast based on popular book series by Jake Tree and Andy. And I'm going to butcher this last name, so I'm not even going to try. Skizazoko? Whatever. Okay. Inspired by the Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark Goosebumps, Nightmare Soup is a horror anthology podcast based on the Nightmare Soup books written by Jake Tree and illustrated by Andy. Enter the Midnight Bite Diner, where your friendly but unnerving waiter Betty and Billy serve up stories that will terrify all ages. I think this is a really cool concept. I like the fact that it's coming to a podcast format because I will definitely tune into this. But man, I don't remember reading Nightmare Soup. This must have came out a while back. Must be for the new generation because I loved Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. I don't think who didn't love Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark? Like, if you're, or Goosebumps, and then it translates to Scream, Are You Afraid of the Dark? Or R.L. Stine was like my gateway into horror, and then it led to Stephen King. So I would be really intrigued to check this out and report back to everybody if it's worth it. I am so down for this. And especially as a podcast form, when I'm working, I can just put it on and listen to it. Nightmare Soup book series is technically for kids, but is written for all horror fans in mind. Listen, I still sometimes go back to Scary Stories that Tell in the Dark, and they still terrify me. The artwork still is creepy to me, so it can be for all ages. It might be dedicated for children, but it can be for all ages. But I will definitely be checking this out. Will you? Let me know if this was on your radar. Speaking of books, Steel Books, and by Steel Books, I mean we are getting some really cool new Steel Books coming to Walmart in the horror genre. I am a fan of buying real medium, so let's do this. Lionsgate and Bloody Discussing joined forces for a line of Walmart exclusive horror Steel Books. Very cool. Out of this list, I want the Sinister one. I probably want the I Spit on the Grave. You know what? Fuck it. Excuse me. Forget. I want all of them. I think they're all really cool. But if I had to choose one, I would definitely do Sinister because that's one of my favorite movies of all time. Probably in the top 15 of horror for me. Maybe top 10. I would have to relook at my list. But this is really cool that they're bringing back Steel Books. And I like the artwork that they utilized for it. I think it's kind of catchy. I think it'd be kind of fun to collect. And again, I'm all for physical media. So if you didn't know this was coming to Walmart, now you do. And go ahead and pick up a copy of each of these. It'll be available August 20th. Totally down. Next on the list is Practical Magic 2. Before I get into this, again, please hit that like and subscribe button. Yeah, I drop a new segment every Tuesday on the horror genre. And I also do movie reviews and breakdowns on the channel as well. So go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe. So Practical Magic 2, which is weird to me. So the first one just landed back on HBO. It's the 1998. It's based off a book series, which I didn't know. And honestly, I just saw the first one for the first time over the weekend. I had a good friend of mine put together a really cute little girls' night where she made lime and the coconut margaritas and had a menu according to the movie. Very cute movie. Not what I was expecting. Darker than I expected. It made me interested in reading the books. I would be very intrigued. I think I would have liked this as a kid more than Hocus Pocus, but ultimately my favorite movie in those type of genres are Beetlejuice. My brain goes in a weird way of Halloween movies, but very good. And I have a question about this. Why wait so long for the sequel? And I guess they were waiting for the right story, but there are 3 or 4 books in this series. And does Nicole Kidman ever age? Because Nicole Kidman looks like Nicole Kidman does now. 1998 Nicole Kidman looks exactly like AMC premiere you get before the movies when you go to AMC Nicole Kidman. I need to know her skincare, and I need to know what's going on. Who has she sacrificed to? Because she looks fantastic. both cases. But this, I guess, is a cult classic, which I've never seen. It's a little heartbreaking. It's a tale of the two sister witches battling an ancient curse. Story about love, womanhood, friendship. I really like it. I didn't think I was going to because I'm not into like the whole romance kind of angle of movies, but I think it's pretty good. And I would be interested to see Practical Magic 2 and see how they go from the 1998 Practical Magic to this, and where's the jump in time, and how are they gonna kind of circle it all together. So are you a Practical Magic person? If not, let me know in the comments below. All right, so one thing, while I was kind of reading on news, this showed up on my feed and I am intrigued. Pancake Man. Da-da-da-da-da. All right. I don't know why I'm doing this, but here we go. Pancake Man official trailer and poster. Where was it? I read the premise of this and I was like, okay, I get it. A man goes on a killing spree after he is refused his favorite breakfast dish. What's with this trope of John Wick things? Come on, guys. Like, everything can't be a John Wick type. You know what? Yes, it can. What am I?
That was a scene this morning at around 11 a.m. when a man caused a violent fight at the cash register here at George's Cafe. Witnesses say he wanted breakfast and the cashier wouldn't give it to him.
What the fuck happened here?
This crazy guy came in and he just started stabbing people with
Wait a minute. Can I get back a little bit? Will it let me play? No, it froze on me. Oh, man. Hold on. That guy looks like a wishlist Ben Affleck. That's why I want to rewind it for my joke.
and he just started stabbing people with
He just started.
Kill Kevin? Holy shit, I can't believe he shot that.
I don't know. I don't know if this might be fun, like you have people over type of movie. I just thought it was weird. I saw it, I was like, Pancake Man, okay. And then I'm reading this, and this is a film about a man who wanted pancakes and yet so much more. Thinking Falling Down meets Reservoir Dogs with a hint of Lock and Stock. Will this be the movie of the year, folks? I think so. I think so. Are you going to check out Pancake Man? Was it on your radar? I bet it wasn't. If it was, I'll be surprised. Then you read the same news articles I do. And then last thing I want to talk about is the fact that John Carpenter and Robert Englund is finally receiving stars on the Walk of Fame. And finally, they should have received them a long time ago, which is really cool. I think this is a really cool honor that they're getting. More than 30 new stars have been added to the Hollywood Walk of Fame, including the two genre giants. Both John Carpenter and Robert Englund received word that they will be getting a star added and will join the others from categories such as motion picture television. I think this is great. I think joining the horror stars includes Jessica Chastain, Bill Duke, Robert Englund, Emilio Estevez, Farrell, okay, and a bunch of others, which is really cool. But you know what? I think John Carpenter should have had one a long time ago, to be honest. Even Robert Englund, but more so John Carpenter. I mean, the man, a lot of movies nowadays, a lot of filmmakers nowadays are influenced by a lot of things he did, including Wes Craven stuff. So kudos, congratulations to him, both of them, on getting this star. And that's it, folks. That's all I wanted to cover today. Thank you so much again for joining me on Horror Tuesdays. I'll have another episode next Tuesday, as always. I will have a review for Maxine this week, dropping once I see it on Wednesday. And until next time, I hope you all stay spooky.